Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. On the 77th death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, India's President Draupadi Murmu led the nation in paying floral tributes to the father of the nation at Rajghat in New Delhi on Thursday. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankad also went to Rajghat and paid floral tributes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid a solemn tribute to the Mahatma at the Rajghat on this occasion, and all-religion prayer meeting was also held on the occasion. India observed 30th of January as the Martyrs' Day. The day holds great significance as it pays tribute to India's freedom fighters, soldiers and citizens who gave their lives for the country. India's Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw, addressed a press conference on the India AI mission in New Delhi on Thursday. While addressing the conference, he said that major pillar of the AI mission to provide series of application for the benefit of the people. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated in an interactive program themed Youth for a Viksit Bharat with the students at Hansraj College in New Delhi on Thursday. Addressing the participants, the minister said that the youth must think about their future. They must make decisions carefully considering that as they are the future of the country. Chief Minister of Indian State of Madhya Pradesh, Mohan Yadav, held a meeting with officials of Sysmex Corporation in Japan's Kobe at their site. Based on its commitment to the progress of healthcare in India, Sysmex is making aggressive investments in the Indian market. India's Minister of State of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shantanu Thakur, launched Sagar Mein Samman and Sagar Mein Yog initiatives. The Sagar Mein Samman initiative is an effort aimed at empowering women and fostering inclusivity within India's maritime sector. Indian government on Thursday convened a meeting of floor leaders of all political parties ahead of the budget session of India's parliament. During the meeting, the government sought cooperation from all the parties to ensure smooth functioning of the session. The Joint Committee of Parliament submitted its report to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla on Thursday. The JPC Chairman Jagdambika Pal said that the committee adopted a draft report on the Waqf Amendment Bill 2024 on Wednesday. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath ordered a judicial probe into the stampede at Mahakumbh on Wednesday. He also announced 25 lakh rupees compensation for the families of the deceased. A public interest litigation has been filed in India's Supreme Court with regards to the stampede death at Mahakumbh. Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna asked the petitioner to approach the Supreme Court registry for an urgent hearing on the matter. Following the tragic stampede at the Mahakumbh, the Varanasi and Ayodhya administrations have put in place measures for crowd control and traffic regulations. At both the places have seen a surge of over 2,500,000 devotees daily for the last couple of days. Election Commission of India has asked former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to file a specific and pointed reply to its notice related to his allegations of poisoning the Yamuna River by Friday morning, failing which the Commission is all set to take appropriate decision in the matter. As part of Navika Sagar Parikrama, the second INSV Tarini charted through the world's most isolated waters. Tarini crossed Point Nemo, which is the oceanic pole of inaccessibility. Point Nemo holds the distinction of being the farthest point from any landmass on Earth. Bharatiya Janata Party candidate Harpreet Kaur Babla has been elected as the new mayor of North Indian city Chandigarh on Thursday. 29 Naxalites, including 7 women, surrendered in Narayanpur district in the Indian state of Chhattisgarh. At least 2 workers killed and several injured after a scaffolding at a cement factory collapsed in Madhya Pradesh's Panna district on Thursday. The Chief Minister of the Indian state of Haryana, Naib Singh Saini, inaugurated the International Saraswati Mahotsav in Yamunanagar. The festival will run from the 29th of January till the 2nd of February. At close, Indian indices Sensex rose by 278 points at 76,811. At close, the Nifty rose 115 points and settled at 23,278. Indian rupee fell 9 paise to close at 86.64 against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on the 5th of February were priced at 80,849 rupees per 10 grams on multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures maturing on the 5th of March stood at 92,820 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Brent crude futures were down 0.1% at $76.51 per barrel as markets braced for threatened tariffs by Trump on Mexico and Canada. Meta has agreed to pay President Donald Trump $25 million to settle a 2021 lawsuit that he filed, claiming he was wrongfully censored by Facebook and Instagram after the US Capitol riot. Meta Platforms forecasts first quarter revenue below Wall Street estimates, signaling its bet on pricely artificial intelligence-powered tools that were struggling to attract additional digital and dollars to its social media platforms. Promising a simplification shock, the European Union unveiled a much-anticipated blueprint to revamp the region's economic model on Wednesday. In its latest policy review, Sri Lanka's central bank has said that the inflation is expected to gradually rise to the target of 5% by mid-2025. The headline inflation remained in the negative territory for last 4 months. An American Airlines flight collided in mid-air with a helicopter in Washington, D.C. on Thursday, with both crashing in the Potomac River. The jet was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members and 3 U.S. Army soldiers who were aboard the military helicopter. Over 60 are feared dead, but at least 18 bodies have been recovered and about 300 emergency responders have reached. In a statement, U.S. President Donald Trump called the American Airlines regional jet and U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter crash a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. The chief executive of the American Airlines expressed grief over the Washington, D.C. crash in which an American Airlines aircraft was also involved. U.S. President Donald Trump signed a bill on Wednesday ordering the pre-trial detention of undocumented migrants charged with theft and violent crime. Laken Riley Act is named after a 22-year-old nursing student who was killed last year by an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela. U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to instruct the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security to prepare a 30,000-person migrant facility at the Guantanamo Bay Naval Base in Cuba. The U.S. aid agency has told all aid groups to immediately pause all U.S.-funded programs until further notice as humanitarian groups grapple with the lack of clarity on waivers to President Donald Trump's 90-day aid pause. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel called Trump's announcement an act of brutality to help migrants would be held near facilities. Former U.S. Senator Bob Menendez was sentenced on Wednesday to 11 years in prison for taking bribes, including gold bars, in exchange for favors for Egypt and New Jersey businessmen. U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday amid the Gaza ceasefire and a regional diplomatic push ahead of Netanyahu's visit to Washington next week. The third hostage prisoner swap between Israel and Hamas continues on Thursday. Syria's new leader Ahmad al-Shara was declared the president for a transitional phase on Wednesday. President of the Democratic Republic of Congo Felix Tshisekedi slammed the international community's inaction on the escalating conflict in the east, calling it a betrayal of the country. Nearly 300 foreign mercenaries hired by the DRC government surrendered to UN peacekeeping troops in Goma Wednesday night. Russia's defense ministry on Wednesday claimed that its troops had taken control of the village in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. Meanwhile, Ukraine claims that its air shot down 37 out of 81 drones in an overnight strike by Russia. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar shared glimpses from his visit to the UAE from the 27th till the 29th of January. The visit advanced India and the UAE friendship and celebrated India's connect with West Asia. A Canadian Commission report has found that no definitive link to a foreign state was proven in the killing of Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Nijjar, undermining Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's allegation of Indian involvement. Mexico will write to search engine Google objecting to its decision to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America on its maps following Donald Trump's order. Google said the users outside the United States would continue to see both the names of the Gulf of Mexico and Denali, as is always the case for disputed locations. Rescue operations entered third day on Thursday as efforts continue to save a 74-year-old truck driver whose vehicle was swallowed by a sinkhole near Tokyo. The driver has been trapped since Tuesday and his condition remains unknown. SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket successfully launched the Hisdesat SpainSat NGI satellite into orbit from Florida's Kennedy Space Center on Wednesday. The mission aims to enhance secure military and government communications for Spain. We are heading for a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back after that short break. You're watching Express News. Let's continue. Cleanup crews continue to remove hazardous household materials from the homes destroyed by the deadly fires that swept through Los Angeles this month. Crews worked in Altadena, the town where the Eton fire erupted, causing 17 deaths. The crews donned in hazmat suits, gloves and masks sift through rubble with shoves and other tools. Wildfire raged in the McDowell County, burning about 250 acres of land on Wednesday. Officials have ordered evacuations for residents in the rural community of western North Carolina. Authorities have also closed multiple roads around the Crooked Creek area. Emergency crews from various agencies are actively battling the fire. High winds and dry conditions are pushing the fire further. Extreme cold has blanketed Niagara Falls in heavy snow and ice. A footage showed the iconic landmark and its surroundings heavily laden with snow and ice, with distant Rainbow Bridge arcing over frozen Niagara River. As Kashmir Valley has been covered under a blanket of snow for the past few days, India's Border Road Organization has started snow clearance operation from Sonmarg to Rangamore Road. According to the Indian Meteorological Department, temperature recorded in Srinagar on Thursday morning was minus 0.6 degrees Celsius. India's capital, Delhi, witnessed a thin layer of fog on Thursday morning. The Met Department has predicted moderate fog for the next 2 days till the 1st of February, while it has forecasted rain for February the 3rd in Delhi. Delhi's average air quality index surged to 365 on Wednesday. The Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR invoked Stage 3 of the Graded Response Action Plan to mitigate further air quality deterioration. People in Bangkok are breathing clean air for the second consecutive day as the air quality has improved significantly. Pollution in 20 districts were categorized as good and the rest as moderate. Hundreds of environmentalists rallied against whale-threatening gas project in Mexico. The project aims at exporting liquefied natural gas from Sonora to Asia via the Gulf using deep-sea vessels. The protesters argued that the project could endanger the whales as the Gulf of California houses 900 different species of fish and 39% of all the world's sea mammals. People of Shetland Island took part in the Up Helly Hour festival in the main town of Lerwick that celebrates the Scottish Islands Viking past. The event, first held in 1881, is known for its festive parties that involve traditional Shetland dancing. The procession at the festival culminates in the geysers or men in costume throwing flaming torches into a Viking longboat, setting it alight. Nikki and Paris Hilton hosted the third annual God's Love We Deliver Young Hearts Friends Fest Ice Cream Social took place at the Museum of Ice Cream in New York. The event supports the charitable work dedicated to nourishing New Yorkers in need. The Ice Cream Social aims at teaching children about the importance of volunteerism, philanthropy and community care. London's Blitz shelter tunnels built to shelter the residents during World War II is set to become a new tourism attraction. The tunnels lie under Holborn in central London. London Tunnels, the company tasked with bringing the sprawling network of passages back to life, estimates the plan will cost around $149 million. New Yorkers rang in the Lunar New Year at Chinatown's annual firecracker ceremony. Spectators celebrated the Year of the Snake with a celebratory lion dance and the snap, crackle and pop of firecrackers. Hong Kong welcomed the Year of the Snake with the Cathay International Chinese New Year Night Parade. The parade featured performances from local and international groups in the city's Tsim Sha Tsui district. The parade at Hong Kong showcased acts from Argentina, South Korea, Japan, New Zealand and Germany among others. Hong Kong's chief executive John Lee inaugurated the evening's festivities, greetings and welcoming the visitors. The tourist hotspot of Chinatown in Lima was the center of the Lunar New Year celebration in Peru. Dancers in lion costumes paraded through the streets, performing the traditional lion dance with a music band. Communities across Sydney gathered to ring in the Lunar New Year. Many are hoping the change in the zodiac will bring some peace around the world. The 2025 Spring Festival Gala, hosted and aired by the China Media Group, featured over 100 elements of intangible cultural heritage. The hours-long television show featured a dazzling array of singing and dancing, opera, comedy sketches, martial arts and other performances. The opening performances matched Wuxing, also known as Five Elements, showcasing the ancient wisdom and profound cultural heritage of the country. A unique feast known as the Peacock Banquet in southwest China's Yunnan province offered a one-of-kind culinary experience to both the eyes and taste buds. It brings together iconic dishes from the region's diverse ethnic groups that are artfully arranged on banana leaves. The Peacock Banquet is a popular culinary tradition in Yunnan province where peacocks symbolize good fortune. Everything on the table is edible except for the peacock head, which is just a decorative piece made of foam. In the hope of promoting the culture of reading books, Helmand's Department of Information and Culture has installed a public library at the site of Afghanistan's historic fort of Wast. The library contains about 3,000 books and is housed in a shipping container that's been placed next to the fort's famous 11th century decorative arch. Visitors to the fort can make use of the library and read the books on the site. The Ministry of Health and Population of Nepal has declared Indian actress and social worker Manisha Koirala as the Goodwill Ambassador for the National Immunization Program and HPV vaccination campaign. Akshay Kumar's film Sky Force crosses over 75 crore rupees in 5 days, come back after 2 years from its last big hit Suryavanshi. Indian actor Boman Irani's directorial debut, The Mehta Boys thriller, is out now. It is all set to premiere on OTT platform Amazon Prime Video on the 7th of February. Indian actors Shahid Kapoor and Pooja Hegde start Deva to release in cinemas on Friday. Superstar singer and actor Lady Gaga gets a new wax figure at London's Madame Tussauds. The wax figure is dressed in a replica of the Armani private gown Gaga wore to the 2022 Grammy Awards ceremony. It is Gaga's second figure at Madame Tussauds, London, after the first being revealed in 2010. Virat Kohli has made his return to the Ranji Trophy for the first time in 13 years. Aussie opener Usman Khawaja struck his maiden double 100 in Test cricket on day 2 of the first Test against Sri Lanka at Galle. Australia's Steve Smith joined a select group of batsmen to reach 10,000 Test runs on Wednesday during the opening Test against Sri Lanka. Tamil Nadu Dragons beat UP Rudras by 3-2 in penalty shootouts to book a semi-final against Bengal Tigers in Rourkela on Friday. Surma Hockey Club booked his semi-final berth after defeating Bengal Tigers in penalty shootouts. Manchester City kept their Champions League campaign alive by beating Belgian side Club Brugge by 3-1 in a must-win victory on Wednesday. Barcelona secured second place in the Champions League on Wednesday after being held to a 2-2 draw by Atalanta. Midfielder Ethan Nwaneri produced another fine performance to help Arsenal secure a spot in the Champions League round of 16 with a victory at Girona. Defending champions Real Madrid secured Champions League playoff draw by beating Stade Brugge by 3-0 in the last round of the first phase on Wednesday. India's Lee Kukesh continued his dominant run at the chess tournament in the Netherlands, defeating Dutch Grandmaster Max to lead with 7.5 points after 10 rounds. R. Pragnananda holds third place with 6.5 points after an impressive victory over Slovenia's Vladimir Fidisov. World Rugby announces Sydney as the host for the 2027 Men's Rugby World Cup final. Lewis Hamilton crashed on the second day of testing a 2023 Ferrari Formula One car at Barcelona circuit di Catalunya on Wednesday. The 2025 US Open will begin a day earlier and feature 15 days of main draw action, up from the usual 14. And in badminton, India's Kidambi Srikanth advanced to quarterfinals of the men's singles event at the ongoing Thailand Masters badminton tournament. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.